Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Monday, the 20th of December, and I'm joined by Bath Time and Yabba. Bath Time, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right. Bit tired.
you,
Um,
you, you, you sound so excited to be here, Bath Time.
well, yes, I'm very good at impressions. But yeah, I'm all right. I've just seen 45 minutes of dreadful football between Chelsea and Wolves, and I just found myself thinking, why didn't we sign Trevor Chalobah? He looks so good at left centre back. He's such a nice player. 25 million.
I think they want 40 now, don't they, for Trevor? And you're right. I mean, I know I'm on the show with you most days. You did talk about him a long time ago, and I was like, nah, he's not very good. But they brought him back from loan from Crystal Palace. There's obviously a way they can show if he's playing well. They felt, okay, he's obviously good enough. I don't know why it took them that long. And they brought him back now, so he started today, right? So he's going to be a mainstay, I imagine, for Chelsea.
They got two big injuries, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think Colwell is out for the season, and Wesley Fofana, I think, is out for a couple of months. But I just really like Trevor Chalobah. I think he's a really top player. He's captained England at every level except for senior. I think it was just a really poor bit of planning to go for someone like Delict, double the price instead of Chalobah. That's who I'd have gone for.
Because now they're talking. I read today they're talking about 40 million they would take for him. So that's
40 for Chalobah.
40. That's what Chelsea is quoting for him right now.
I think that's a decent price, to be honest. If you think Branthwaite is 70,
yeah,
I think that's an okay price for Chalobah.
Okay. What about just going back in time? Who was the young man we had? Chunzebi. Do you think Tunzebi's in that sort of bubble with these sort of players, or he's not good enough? Because he's been playing. Doesn't he play
the price might be. I'm not sure about the level, to be fair.
Do you think he's at that level with Trevor and all these guys, or do you think he's not there yet?
Not for me. I think you're sort of with someone like Tuanzebe. I think you're looking much further down the league, where someone like Chalobah, I think, is definitely Europa League, international Champions League standard. I think Alex Tuanzebe never kind of really. He didn't really kick on. He had injury problems and things, didn't he? But yeah, I mean, he's a decent player, and he'd probably improve us at the moment.
That's true. So what's the score with Wolves and Chelsea at the moment?
1-1.
1-1. Okay.
Two awful goals.
Really?
Awful goals.
It's like City are back. They got De Bruyne starting again, and they beat Ipswich 6-0. Wow.
And they bought four, but they're going to buy four players before the end of January.
Yeah, they bought some interesting guy from Brazil, didn't they? Paulemes, a left-sided centre-back or left-side guy, sort of in the Ake role. And they've also... Who have they bought as well? They bought a centre-back, didn't they? Another centre-back from...
Like Pakistan or something.
Yeah, Uzbekistan or one of these...
Is he Uzbekistani?
I think so. He's only 20 years old, isn't he? But they've obviously done their homework on him. And I just want to see... We talk about scouting systems. I just want to see, right, they picked out these players. I want to watch them play and say, well, how come these Man City can get scouts on these guys and we can't even get, I'd never heard of these guys at all. And if they come in and they're any good, a bit like, who's the guy who got sold to Atletico Madrid? We were interested in him as well.
Conor Gallagher.
No, the strike Alvaro.
Alvaro, yeah. He was really good, wasn't he? So... yeah, it'd be interesting to see what this Diego Leon like compared to these.
Yeah, but it's not just scouting, is it, Yabba? I think that this is something that Rashford is probably finding at the moment, because Rashford is represented by his brother, a bit like Harry Kane, and they just represent one client. With someone like Manchester City, there's lots of connections. Like Manchester United will know all of these players, and they should have like reports on them and things. It's been able to get the deal over the line and do the politicking and things like that. Like we knew about Alvaro Fernandez, Alvaro and things like that. It's more kind of get them in, but it's also pretty disgusting that City like can give Haaland a contract that could be upwards of £600 million, and then go and spend 200 million in the transfer window, and we're like scrambling around for 2 million to ship Antony off to Real Betis.
I think they get a lot of confidence, don't they, with getting away with all this FFP. They've seen other clubs get penalised, and they're just invincible. They're impervious to any kind of a points deduction or any kind of punishment.
Yeah, like, but I mean, we don't know if they've done anything wrong. I mean, I suspect that they have, but innocent till proven guilty, boys.
Yeah, so they say. So they say. All right, look, obviously, there's no point in talking about the game. We did that yesterday. Go on.
I know we spoke on the show yesterday, but I have had time today to have a look. And Bath time, you're right. Talk about the first goal, for example. I only saw it live, and De Ligt, for some reason, left his space and was nowhere near the guy and decided to try and close something down, which Ugarte was going to close down the midfielder, but De Ligt decided. So both of them went for this one guy when they thought it was going to be played into.
Yeah, Ugarte's late, though.
Yeah, it was probably Ugarte's guy, but I don't know why De Ligt went there as well. He just going forward that way, by the time he's gone that way, he's having to get back, and the ball's landed in his area, in his zone. And so I just noticed that as well, and I think, oh gosh, so there's a lot of communication issues with the defence. That goal just highlighted a lot, and I think they should, if the manager's got something about him, he should be really like going into them about that. That was really poor.
Yeah, but I mean, it happened in the first 5 minutes, and they tried it. They've tried it a few times. Every team has tried that against us. Like, that's got to be priority number one for Amrin when he next gets them on the training pitch, is to talk them through how they defend in a mid block, because teams are really looking to kind of cut us apart. And I don't know. Let's do the good evenings.
Yeah. Let me I'll get these out of the way for you. Right. So we've got oh shit, where's it gone? Solo's in the house. I did stick them up earlier on, to be fair, but I'll actually have some manners in case people are listening. So Solo, we see you. Stephanie, how are you? Bilal, as always. Bart, I'm not even going to read your comment. I'll leave it up there for everybody else to read, because I know it's a trolling one already. Where are we? Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. We deserve better. Well, hey, it's the likely lads. Big up Mr. B, Bath Time and Yabba, and the chat. See, little bit of manners. It's no problem, but it wasn't meant for you. The person it was meant to understood and was fucked off. Subvids, evening all. We do see her. Oh, Solo, you are still back at. Here we go. Look, I'm actually going to put this up because you have the power to veto the channel. I am going to put this up. We want Fred and David De Gea back at the club. We have this conversation, and I know it's crazy. We talk, and he mentions these two names, and I get mad, innit? I know he knows he's winding me up, and he still gets me with him. So yeah, Solo. Yeah, but I hope you're out there catching a cold, mate. I hope you're out there catching a cold. Look, guys, transfers. Ooh, Dancing with the Devil. Hello. Welcome to the madness. Welcome to the madness. I did see you, Erwan, whatever your name was. Hold on, let me try and find who you are. I haven't forgotten about you, but you posted a couple of things that we were actually going to talk about anyway. What's your name again? This guy. Abdullah Erwan. We'll get you back up in a minute, mate. We'll get you back up in a minute. Transfer window is open. We'll talk about ins. I think that's what do you want to talk about? The ins, as in the happy ins that may be coming in that give us hope, or do we want to talk about the departures first?
Garnacho?
Right, let's go, Garnacho. Okay, so obviously over the weekend, last couple of days, he's been linked with Look, Erwan, thank you, mate. I'll stick that up as our headline, won't I? Obviously, he's been linked to the move to Napoli. Now, Chelsea, have got their feelers out, and they obviously know the price that United want, which is 59 million. I'm going to assume that's pounds, right? Yeah, 59 million pounds. United can do a lot with that money. I think they should be giving us a little bit more, just because they bumped us with Mount. Yeah, I think they should be giving us friendship money. You know what I mean? But look, it is what it is. That's the price that's been set. You know my opinion on Garnacho already, so we're not going to go into that. But you guys, is 59 million pounds a figure that you're going to be happy with, and two, him going to Chelsea? Or do you think Chelsea are going to be pulling our pants down on this deal again?
Well, I'll start on this. I think it's a joke because Chelsea just signed Sancho. They got Pedro, the guy from Wolves, is it?
Pedro Neto.
Neto, that's it. Yeah, Pedro Neto as well. I don't think they need another winger. They've got the young under-21 England international. Him. Sorry, the one with the headband. He's good as well. So I don't see how getting another player is going to help them at all. It's just going to edge someone out.
They haven't. Yeah, but they haven't. They've got? What's his name? Drug boy.
Sterling.
Mudryk.
No, Mudryk.
Him was
space in the squad. Yeah, but he's going to get a ban, so they've got a space now, isn't they?
Oh, I see. And they got Sterling on loan, who obviously they don't want because he wasn't even registered. That's why he had to sort of find a new club. So I don't want him to go to Chelsea. I think it'd be a bad move. If he does go, I'd rather see him go abroad.
But you're saying a bad move for United or a bad move for?
Well, I think it'd be wherever he goes, it'd be a good move because someone will be getting a good young player who's quite hungry, and I don't think we've seen the best of him at United just yet. I just think it'd be a bad move if he goes to an English club like Chelsea because his face will be in and around the Premiership doing damage, and we'll be suffering for it. At least if he's abroad, unless you've got a fire stick or something, you're not going to know what's going on. A bit like McTominay, obviously Marv Time updates us all the time about McTominay, who's currently got something like 6 or 8 goals this season.
Top 4% really midfielder in Europe.
Wow. Do you see what I mean? It's like amazing, isn't it? These players, when they're playing for Man United, we dig into them, we put the boots in on them. And when they go elsewhere, suddenly they're shining and doing really well, we think, and end up like Solo saying we need Fred and McTominay back, that sort of thing. But I don't think Garnacho should be sold. I don't like having this conversation. But if he is sold, I want 70 plus million, and I want him to go abroad. Definitely not for Chelsea. That would just be a running kick to the bollocks for me.
Do you want to? I've started some comments for you. Do you want to read them before we get to the nonsense that I will spew?
Oh, it's nonsense that you're going to spew.
Yeah, just scared to start.
Some of these are right. So we've done the Chelsea. Right, here we go. We deserve better. All these sudden transfer decorations are in your changing the appalling narrative Amarin created yesterday. We'll see. Oh, you know what? We won't talk about him yet. We're on Garnacho, so I'll save the Dorgu chat. Blah blah blah. Right, here we go. Dancing with the devil. The space in our middle is unreal. Teams just open us up with one pace. Nothing's changed since Ten Hag. We go again. We need fresh players as soon as possible, or we were done for. What are your expectations for the season, Dancers with Wolves? Now, obviously, you've seen that.
Dancing with Wolves. Right now.
Oh shit! I said Dancing with Wolves. Oh my god! Sorry. Dancing with Devils. And before I go any further, Stephanie, you were the only one that noticed that I purposely said December instead of January. So well done for that. Appreciated. Smart ass. Yes, Anthony Herbert's asking us to bring back McTominay. Dancing with the devil. Garnacho to Chelsea. We can't let this happen. Rashford's got to go first. Solo is saying, please. Let's see. I haven't even read this. If we sign anybody in the window, let's not big them up. They're not the best, the next big thing, and they turn out to be a bag of Mr. B.
I think it's time to get that quote on your hoodie. Blowhole on the
I'll get a new one. I will. I'll get a new one. Garnacho. Let's see. Garnacho will be worth double or triple what Chelsea want to pay. We shouldn't do any deals with an English club. Sorry, not sorry. Andrew, Garnacho going is a complete admission of failure in our ability to coach a player. I will be very disappointed if we sell him. Yeah. But I don't trust us to use him properly. Realist Cav, I wanted to call in to we're here. If you are interested in a call in, then I'm sure there's a show that we can actually get. Yeah,
how would that work?
It wouldn't be a call in. He'd just have to come in on with his camera.
You just put the link in chat or whatever. I think he's one of Happy's boys, Realist Cavs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll get that on. We'll get maybe we need a good therapy session on Wednesday before Rangers kick our ass at home, innit?
Oh, don't.
Oh, I know, mate. I know. There's 18 of us in the house, guys. There's 18 of us in the house. Chiku, welcome, man. I heard the fans say they miss Fellaini. Yeah, it was probably Solo. Dancing with the Devil. We need at least 2 players bringing in this window. If not, we're heading into the Championship. How bad would it be if Leeds come up and we went down and Liverpool made it 20? Flipping.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. My God.
I know you're Cockney Reds, but you got to start supporting Arsenal, lads. We can't have Liverpool getting the 20.
I'm supporting Nottingham Forest. I'm supporting Forest.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm supporting Forest. Yeah, I'm supporting Forest all the way, man. Get lost, Mr. Herbert. Get stuffed. So right, bath time. Talk to us.
I've been playing a secret game whilst you've been talking, which is that I've been using the shirt numbers behind you to play countdown. And 59 million. So 59 million for Garnacho. Rooney times Pogba minus Sir Alex. 59. Easy. So pop some more numbers in chat.
That's good. That's good.
We can't look. We can't. We're in no position to turn down 59 million pounds. That's the long and the short of it. I think that Garnacho has had his trust with the fans broken with some stuff that's happened recently. He's not really sort of been in the team. He's been given opportunities to play. I suspect that he doesn't really want to play as a sort of a number 10 and have to learn all the details of playing inside and centrally and so on. It's whether we want to take the big bucks and sell him to Chelsea for 60 million, or if we're okay selling him to Napoli for 45 million. For me, and I think that we're just in no position at the moment to turn money down. In the past, for transfers, we've bought our transfer policy basically has been the equivalent of buying a £10 note for 20 quid. And we've got ourselves in a position where we've just got we've got to take the money. So with Garnacho, I think it's really bad, and I think it's a shame. But the guy plays too much football. He featured in 34 out of 38 Premier League games last season. If you want to back the manager, I'm flip flopping on him today. I can tell you that. Then you got to sell Garnacho. It's just a pragmatic solution to a problem.
Right. So, guys in the chat, are you up for selling Garnacho, regardless of the fee, and just who do you want to sell him to? Is it Chelsea, our English rivals? Although they probably give us the extra 15 mil that we need to spend, or is it to Napoli, or is it a no? You want him to stay? But obviously you definitely don't want him going Chelsea. But you would take the 45 million from Napoli, yeah?
The figures, I just don't want him to leave. That's my first.
Okay,
point.
Okay, right, fair enough. If you don't want to go, that's fine.
Go, then I'd rather him go abroad, so we don't get to see him.
Do you accept he has to leave?
I don't know about that, Bath time. I hear you make a good case. financially and everything. But I like, you know me, I just want to focus on the football side of things. I don't want to hear about the business, the management side of things. Not interested in that at all. I just want to know that we've got a good squad. And I think if you take Garnacho out of the squad, someone who can come on and cause some damage. That means we'll be losing Rashford and Garnacho at some point, because Rashford's clearly not playing again. These are two impact players who could do some damage, and which is just going to make us more weak and vulnerable. And if you bring someone else in, it takes about a time for them to transition into English football, or if it's a youth player coming up, it takes time again. So I don't see how we're going to progress by getting rid. Don't mind Rashford leaving, but getting rid of Garnacho as well, not for me, Star.
Okay.
You've got no money, Abba.
I know.
I've got a couple of these that I'm starring. I'm just gonna get your comments up now, guys. 1 second. Right. So we have. Why don't I just delete these before I start?
It's the speed that you work at, Mr. B, that always impresses me the most.
You know, I'm a van driver, man. My day is very relaxed bath time. I tell you, man. You know already.
You always remind me of someone like in Star Trek, you know, where they're like getting all the information up and telling you stuff.
Yeah, it's to keep you know, so you don't think that I'm just sitting here doing nothing with my.
I quite like it because it allows you to percolate the thoughts and things like that. It's not like all ADHD TikTok action. It's like there's a moment where you can just sort of sit there and just have a little think and you know.
It's my pause, isn't it?
Or something.
It's my star pause. I got you, Matty. Garnacho, 50 and 60 million. I'm taking it and running. Bilal is saying sell with a lot of clauses. We deserve better. Stay at least until the summer. Chiku is saying never saw what people see in him. Good riddance.
Oh.
Matty Bassett, yeah, but Garnacho doesn't fit the system that Amrin is trying to implement. Here we go. We deserve better. We used to make our rivals weaker by taking their best players. Now we just don't care who we sell to. Antony's got a straight swap for Martinelli. I'll tell you what, we'll give you Rashford and you can keep Martinelli. We should sell him for 70 million and £1 from Bilal. Will, he agrees with you, Yabba. At least somebody agrees with you. Who's O'Hara?
He's from Enter the Dragon.
What, O'Hara?
Yeah.
What's the wife saying? What have we been rude again? What's going on here? What's this? No
innuendos there.
Oh, sorry.
There's a character called O'Hara in Enter the Dragon. He's got a scar on his face because
I'm sorry.
What's it in reference to?
Yeah, we did.
I don't know. I've got no idea. Or was Jamie O'Hara? I don't know. Talksport. Or
we deserve better. Come on now, mate. Let's find out where O'Hara. With this
it's like
O'Hara.
an episode of Lost or something, like a mystery that I don't understand.
He's just put.
Got it.
Star Trek. Oh right, O'Hara.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you would have said that. I still wouldn't have known who the bloody hell you were talking about until you put Star Trek into me.
Yeah, but would he loves Star Trek?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, he likes anything to do with fucking space, doesn't he? Bloody hell. Oh, there you go. We're that's the name. All right, we're hopeless. Look, well done, Andrew.
Is she the one that worked the computers?
That's right.
Yeah, the slow one.
Communications girl.
Yes. Was she slow? I bet she was, wasn't she? Okay. Yeah,
I don't think so. I think her job was to like ask the computer a question, and they'd go like, they would say, "Oh, we need to know how fast we're going." She'd go, "Yeah, okay, computer, how fast are we going?" Go 7,000 miles.
Watch Star Trek 4, no, Star Trek 5, Undiscovered Country. She has to translate Klingon through her earpiece. So it's also to translate as well.
It doesn't sound like she's translating it though, does it? If it's through her earpiece.
Yeah, it's AI.
Well, she had to translate it to act like she was Klingon and talk Klingon to.
Do you remember that American guy that we used to have on the bench under Ragnick? Like they called him like didn't he have like headphones on? He was getting like instructions from a guy out in Russia.
Half time, shut up.
No, that's true.
Half time, shut up.
No, that 100% true, Mr. B, because Ragnar came from Sporting Moscow or somewhere like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's it, Chris Armas.
Oh, well time, please, man. Jesus Christ.
I promise you, he was getting instructions from a guy in Russia.
There is no way on God's green earth I am believing. See, look,
I promise you, it's
look,
true.
Here we go. Look, here we go.
Exactly.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Bilal, you can get. Sorry, I'll take my hands off. You can do that. You can get stuff.
Here we go. I'm working computer now. Computer, tell me if it's true. It's true.
Was that Chris Sakamoto, Andrew? Aruga.
Oh,
Awooga.
God. Oh, you lot are crazy. Right, look,
What about you, Mr. B?
What's that? I want him gone.
About Garnacho, innit?
I want him gone. I don't care what we get for him. I don't think he just runs. He's like a bullet. Just runs in a straight line. That's great, innit? Until you dodge the bullet. You know what I mean? Now he can go. I think we can get better for half of the money. Somebody with a lot more sense, and somebody who's more, I don't know what the long word is, but they'll fit into Amrin's system a lot.
Versatile.
Yeah. Maybe that's not quite the word. No, that's not the word I'm looking for.
Adaptable.
That's the one. Compatible. Yeah, more compatible with Amarin's system for half of the money. So no, I'm all for Garnacho going. And even if we had the money and somebody wanted to take Garnacho, they wanted to take him for 60 million, I would still let them take him.
The one thing where I think Matty Bassett made a good comment earlier. He was questioning why Garnacho should go. He said he's not compatible with the system. And I think it's clear because if he's signing Harry Maguire a new contract and, Ahmad's getting game time, he's obviously starting to acknowledge who he likes in the team. And if he's willing to let Garnacho go, that suggests to me that he can think of someone else he could sign or someone else can come in and do a lot better than that, So, otherwise the manager will be saying, nah, we wouldn't be hearing any rumours right now.
Yeah, but then he can't be saying nah, because he wants players in and he's the only person that people want to take. He's the only person that people are coming in for money. So it could be that he doesn't want him to go, but like the Scott deal, it's something that has to be done. I don't know. I want him gone. I'll take the money and run. Would
you be all right with him going Chelsea though?
Yeah, absolutely. I have no problem with that. With that. I don't think he's like Sancho. I don't think they're that good. I don't want Kobe going to Chelsea. That's a whole different matter because I think there's a level that he would get to. But yeah, Garnacho could go Chelsea.
I think Garnacho's got potential. I think that there's a good player in there. The thing is
he can't play in the system that we want.
I mean, the fact he hasn't been considered for a wing-back position, I think, says quite a lot. Like, you've seen Ahmad be able to sort of go in there and, in my position, in my opinion, play well. What?
Would you trust him in a wing-back position?
Absolutely not.
Oh, there you go. Then see, he's got to go.
Yeah.
Six.
So I think if he wanted to play for Manchester United and save his career, he would be fighting to be a wing back.
I hear that.
Just on that point, Ahmad, I'm looking at him when you see the lineups, when you see people on the pitch. He's really small. I don't know how tall he is, but he's tiny. He looks tiny.
He's very portable.
5'8".
But he moves. He shifts. He's a bit like Whispering Death, isn't it? From who's the bowler from West Indies? When he pinched the guy yesterday for the penalty, it's like the guy didn't even hear him coming. It's just like,
But he's been doing it all season.
Yeah, he does.
He's been doing it all season,
isn't he?
He's been doing it all season.
But that work rate for running forwards and running back, he's got equal.
Do you think he can keep that up for the whole? My issue with him is he's now, people now see him as our only danger man.
Yeah.
So once they sit on Ahmad, we're done. Unless he can get the ball off.
Yeah.
Unless he can get the ball off and become even more intelligent.
Two things that I really admire. One, he drives at players. He tries to take them on. And the thing is, he can chop. When he's driving at you in the box, He can go a couple times. He didn't go down. Last few games, there's been an opportunity for him to take a dive, and he hasn't taken it. You know, if he really mastered that, he'd be getting penalties every time because you can't put your foot in on him once he starts driving at you. And I love that about him. But also, obviously, the way he pinches the ball, the way he sort of works to get back and hustle and close things down. Two great qualities that he's got there. So if he lost that ability, if he didn't have that hunger, then he, you know, all he's got is to offer is driving at people and doing the skill thing. Then that's not enough. You need both. And that's why he's so admired right now, because he's presenting two gifts for us, and he's making other senior players look pathetic out there because they're not be able to put in. Garnacho, for example, would he put a shift in like that? He's got the speed, he's got the ability, but does he really want to do it? Ahmad does. That's what makes him a great player at the moment for us.
We've got one player who wants to do it. My question is, he can't do it on his own for the whole season. It's impossible. It's impossible. And without other players stepping up, teams will just work out a way to shut him out of the game, Yabba. Then what happens? We don't do anything. He's been our best player by a mile, by a country mile. I'm great for him, you know, but other players need to step up now because he can't do it on his own. Every single week, are we going to be expecting Ahmad to be the superstar? You know,
this is why we get a wing back in, so we've then got space to exploit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this brings us on to we'll do the Dorgu, because I've got a couple of stats for you guys that might surprise a couple of y'all. But yeah, look, Dorgu, somebody we've been linked with. It sounds like 33 mil will get it done. They'll take 30 plus add-ons. I'm going to assume that's euros, not pounds. I was hearing a little bit earlier that United don't want to do any loans, which means that this is going to be a permanent signing. Maybe that's going to be the left side sorted now in regards to him being raw, yes. But we've also brought in the Brazilian left back. Whether or not he comes into first team recognition in the summer or he sits down and plays in the level below for the rest of the season, I'm not really too sure. But thoughts on Dorgu? The one thing I know is he's very, very fast and he's very, very strong. Yeah, but you've got your hand up like you're in school. You know you don't need to do that.
First of all, he's not Brazilian, the guy. He's South American, but he's Paraguay. From Paraguay.
You talk about... Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Diego Leon. Sorry. My ignorance.
Matt is there correcting you as well. But I'm quite interested. First time when this was mentioned, I went to have a closer look. I did see him in the Euros, I think, last year. Had a closer look. He's big, he's strong, he's good, he can drive forward. Sort of player you need, sort of player physically will tick the boxes for the Premier League. And obviously, the price is pretty decent as well. That means Malacia and Luke Shaw are not really at the races, not players that really we want to look for the future. This guy's got the right age, he's got the right physicality, and from what I've seen, obviously I haven't watched 90 minutes. I want to see 90 minutes of a player to really sort of observe him from, and maybe with the internationals in February, whatever we can watch. Or maybe if he arrives, we'll be able to watch him. But it'd be very interesting to see what he does, because he looks like he's big and strong. And he's got a stamina as well. He's got a natural power. You know, he's dark-skinned guy, African, maybe heritage. So he's got that big, strong frame about him. And he's ambitious as well. So I'm sure he'd be delighted to come to Man United. And if you're looking at the system where he would play, I think he could play either left centre-back or probably left wing-back, you know, and that will give us something there.
Left centre-back?
I think he could play left centre back or possibly left, more likely left wing back. So I'm interested to see that. I'm going to go and do some more research and look at this guy, because if it's heating up now, we've got not long, 10 days or 11 days to go in the transfer window. So we need to get something done. So yeah, I like the look of him.
Okay, well, first thing first, Andrew's saying he's when I hear Andrew say good things about players, I think because he's so negative, he must be a fucking superstar. Anyway, Andrew's coming in. He's a tremendous dribbler. I know he did mention something about watching a video on him, Andrew, on YouTube. So we've seen him. my issue. Bath time. Go on. I'm gonna let you
Hello.
talk because I've got something that I want to I want to put up. Obviously, the position that he's played in. Go bath time. Let me just get it up on my phone.
I've just watched about 3 minutes of a highlights video of him just now. I like the look of him, to be honest. I really like in his defending that he gets his hip across, like when he takes the ball. Like because when you sort of think about attacking wing backs, you don't think that they're going to have like the kind of real technical details about how to defend. But he definitely knows how to use his body, and I'm very impressed with how quickly he sort of flicks it with his left foot when he comes inside. Like the distance that he sort of pushes it allows him to sort of just have enough space to swing it. He looks a very, very good player to me. He's someone that I saw get mentioned about 6 months ago in a list of like the really exciting players coming through Europe. I just really want to see what it's like with a wing back. To be honest, I don't like three at the back. It's just at all. It's something that when I played against, I found very easy. It's not for me. So I really want to see what this is like with a player in that position. He looks good, but the problem is that like if showed you videos of like Victor Lindelof playing in Portugal or something, you think, yeah, that looks like a cracking player, or Eric Bailly or someone like that. It's what he does when he gets to the Premier League. It looks like he's got the foundations of a good player. He looks like fast, strong, compact, like he's got good pace, his ball striking looks nice. But let's see what he's like when he's facing the Jordan Ayew's of this world in the Premier League, because every match is difficult, every player is strong and good except for ours. And yeah, I think that like I don't want to sit here and say, oh, I think he's this, I think he's that, because I don't really know much about him, but why not? Let's just get him in, see what happens.
All right. So the position that we're looking to play him in, we would agree would be left wing back, right?
Yeah.
Assume so.
Okay, well, I've got something up here. I mean, We Deserve Better did put it up, but I didn't want him to steal my thunder, to be fair. So he's played attacking right midfielder 5 times. He's played left defender 5 times, forward right 3 times, defender right twice, midfielder right, midfield central once, attacking central midfielder once, defensive midfielder left once, attacking midfielder left once, and midfielder left once. He scored 2 when he played in the forward right position, and he scored 1 in the attacking right position. None of those positions have been left back. None of those positions have been left wing back. Is that an issue? Is that a problem?
Not an issue. Go and watch him. Go and watch him play. You can see why he's played in various positions, because he's big and strong, and he's got a good dribble on him. He can drive at players. He likes little chops. Got no right foot from what I've seen, but he's always going to be a threat. So you can play him out wide, cutting in, or you can play him. I've seen clips of him just driving at players, getting the ball in the final third, and doing little 1-2s and getting in the box and getting shots off. This is about the physicality side of things. This is why he can do all these things pretty well. When we look at this sort of left wing back, or this sort of inverted wing back's position, you look at guys who've been successful at that. None of them, like, look at the guy at Arsenal, Shevchenko, whatever his name is. He can't get a game at the moment. They brought in more physical guys. At the moment, they're playing Skelly, who's a big, strong midfielder there. And then they're also playing, they brought a guy, California, what his name is, or the Italian. Yeah, he's bigger. Yeah, where his name is, he's bigger and stronger, more suited for the Premier League. The reason why Shevchenko gets a raw deal, even though he's technically good, he's not physically strong enough, and he gets caught out. You only have to listen to Arsenal fans to tell you that. So that's why I think this guy, because of his physicality, fits the bill for what we're seeing now at Arsenal, at Man City as well with Ake. These guys are physically stronger, more natural athletes, can get up and down, and can defend as well, because they've got the attributes there. And this guy I'm not saying he's going to be good enough to come here and play as a forward or anything like that. Far from it. But if means must, he could do a job. But for me, we're buying him for a left-sided left wing back because we want to play a left-footed there, and I think he'd be ideal.
Shit, 12 goals and 4 assists in 119 games. Don't suppose that's too bad. I suppose. Oh, look, I'll have to watch a couple of videos. Because I'll be honest, I'm ignorant to him. I do trust your judgment, Bath Time. I trust Yabba's a lot less, to be fair. just because he's forever positive. But look, we'll have to wait and see. I'm just glad that something's being done. Whether or not it's because it's got the Garnacho deal. Looks like it's something that might be getting finalized, or our next topic of a brief one, or whether Antony is the Antony deal going to Betis. Obviously, it looks like he is going to be gone now. I have no idea how much of his £200,000 a week they're going to be paying, but I would assume they're not going to be paying more than 75 grand. I know they've inserted a few clauses into the deal arrangement. He has to start at least 10 games for them, and he has to end at least 10 games. If he doesn't start the 10 games, I suppose he's got, I don't know, maybe 15 games to sell himself to the wider world, because after that they're just going to stick him on the bench and realize that we got skanked. Thoughts on Antony going? Bath Time, how much do you think? I'm not going to ask you, Yabba. Bath Time, how much do you think we're going to cover in his wages? And there's no option to buy, there's no obligation, so he's going to be back in Manchester in June.
I've no idea, Mr. B. Betis, they don't have a lot of money. I would think that they would probably think that maybe 40 grand or something like that is kind of what they want to pay him, 40 or 50. If he's got, so is this, that's definitely true about starting 10, finishing 10?
Yeah, definitely 100% starting 10. 100%. He has to play 10 games. He has to start 10 games.
Right, because the finishing 10 games is pretty easy. You just bring him on for 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, I mean, there you go. So, well, look, they can't start him for 30 seconds, so he's going to get at least 10, 45 minutes worth out of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like, look, Antony is, and this is shocking, but Antony is a professional footballer, and he's done it. He scored. Did he score in his first 3 games when he came to us?
Yeah,
he was. I mean, I think Ajax fans were laughing with the money that we paid, but he did all right in Holland, I think. Spain, it's a slower league. He might be able to sort of,
really
run. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking at. Sorry, it was a comment from We Deserve Better. Go
on. We'll pay 4 million over 4 months. $1 million a month.
We'll pay 2
Can't be
million
right. That's 250k a week.
Apparently, we'll pay 2 million of his wages, which is they can't pay that. We've got 4 months left to the end of the season. That can't be right.
Maybe I think that's probably the entire thing. The entire package is 2 million.
Oh, that might be right. So what would we get from that then? Look, either way,
2 million.
Either way, he's not going to be. He won't be there anyway. So does that mean his shirt number's available? No.
What is his shirt number? 17.
God knows. I have absolutely.
That's
no
Garnacho,
I was checking your wall, but damn right it wouldn't be on your
wall. Oh, for God's sake! Hang on a second, Andrew. Stop dissing people on other YouTube channels, please. This isn't. You lot treat this like it's a toilet wall, just writing whatever you want on it and things. It's unbelievable. Come on, you got more sense than that. Look, and he keeps going. Unreal. Look, I hope Antony does well. in Spain. I know that he's got a lot of technical limitations as a footballer, and not just the fact that he can't strike the ball properly. He's too unbalanced. He tries to get his arm across people when he's running, and so on. And if those things work in Spain, maybe there's a chance that we can get maybe a tenth back of what we paid for him, something like that.
I mean, what breaks us even? What breaks us? What would break us even?
Right. So he cost 100 million euros, and he's been here. Is this his third season? No, it's easier with 100 million. He's been here 3 seasons. Is that right?
Yeah, 2.5. So it'd be 3. Yeah, and we signed him on a
5-year contract.
So 6. So we spent
40 million euros.
40 million breaks us even.
Yeah, so that's 40 million euros. About 34 million pounds breaks us even.
Wow,
okay.
That's doable.
Yeah, I think he would really have to go some. He would really have to go some at Betis to get. But I mean, maybe we could get 20. Maybe we could get 20.
First of all, we've got to let him go there. I think Betis, when you talk about them as a club, they've had some great players. Joaquim, he was a great winger for them. He was there, he was playing up there till he's like in his 40s, I think. But one player that stands out to me was Den Nielsen, who was bought on the premise that he could do step overs and great winger, but doesn't really drive past players. He was just a showman. And I think that's what they're getting with Antony as well. Someone who will do a few tricks and everything for the crowd. And that's about it. But I think he could do well. I think he could do well out there in Spain. It's a good opportunity for him. And I think with the way they play football, if he gets into situations, isolated one-on-one, the way they build up possession, pop, he could do some damage. I really do think so. Watching him in Dutch football, he was really good, technically good as well. I know Barfstein says he's not technically good. I think that's his strength. He's technically good. He can dribble well and drive with the ball. But I just think the physicality aspect and coming to a club that's on a downer with Man United just hasn't worked out for him. So he'd get a lot of confidence playing out of Betis, especially, isn't that they share a city with Seville, and it's supposed to be really hot there. Is that right, Barfstein? Seville and Betis have got the same, in the same location. And it must be really hot there, must be beautiful weather. It would be good for him. It's time for Samba football, and I'll be definitely checking in to see what he can do out there. Because, it's good luck to him. I like him as a character and as a player. It just unfortunately hasn't worked out for him at Man United.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe he'll. I mean, you got to remember he had that issue with the criminal case or the civil case or whatever it was, and obviously that was a big distraction to him. Maybe pastures new. He can get him the form that made Ollie think that he was worth maybe 25 or 30 million. But a bit like that guy, is it Pepe who was at Arsenal that they paid 70 million for or something like that? I think he's just one of these guys that we've just got to kind of get out of the club, get their wages off the book, handshake, thank you for the goals in the FA Cup run, and just keep moving forward.
Well, that's another waste of money down the drain, and another player that we want to bloody get rid of. Our final topic, and the one that we will probably speak the least amount, to be fair, because it's just been dragging on for as long as the Sancho saga's been going on for. Rashford. It doesn't look like he's going to get he's moved to AC Milan. They've decided that they're going to get Kyle Walker, who is 57. I think that's probably a slap in the face for Rashford there, why they would choose him over Rashford. It makes no sense to me. But look, it's not my club. I don't run it. Obviously, the links have dried up. He's waiting for the Barca move. You were telling me just behind scenes. I don't see how Barca are going to get that deal done. I know they're trying to move Fatty out, which will probably give them space to take Rashford. But then what are they going to pay him in peanuts? They've got no money. So I don't understand why he thinks he's going to get paid anything over there. They've seen the chaos and mess that is on there. But I suppose the name Barcelona is appealing. Obviously, Dortmund have come out of the woodwork now, like they do, waiting at the end. But my thing is it a slap in the face for Rashford that nobody seems to seems to want him. And also, if he really wanted the move, isn't there a way that he could just get a pay cut to get this loan move done?
Nah, it's his brother, man. It's his agent. Right.
What, do you think he's fucking shit up?
Look, I'm not... people like Harry Kane's brother represents him and so on. But the thing is that they're not... I just don't think that they're qualified enough to sort this move out. Like Rashford's agent, it's fairly... I imagine it's fairly easy. You just got to sort out boot deals and new contracts and stuff like that. Think of all the stuff that he's got to be doing now. He's got to be going to the club. He's got to be finding out what the value is for a permanent transfer, for a loan, for all those things. Then he's got to be going and talking to other people in different countries. He's got to be looking at getting hotels and things like that for when Rashford moves there. There's things like if Rashford's a Nike athlete, I think. Is it can you talk to Nike and see if they'll give a bit of money if he goes to a club that they're sponsored by? Is there something in his contract that affects him going to a club that is sponsored by Adidas or whatever? There's so many sort of ins and outs. If Rashford was really serious about moving, he'd have gone to our sporting director. No, V got timed out for just being a dickhead, to be honest. And he'll come back in 5 minutes, not a big deal. But as Yabba says, that there's children mode and there's parent mode.
And you were in parent mode when you sent him to his room.
I was in grandparent mode there. The foundation of the family. But yeah, I think that if Rashford was serious, he would have done what Rasmus Højlund did and signed for the SEC agency, or he'd have gone to our sporting director, George Mendes, and got him to to do the move. He is our sporting director. We spent 100 million on his clients in the summer, Ugarte and Yora.
Yeah,
we needed them in, to be fair. So, let's if he's
there's 20 watching right now. Big up to everyone tuning into the Man United agenda. Yes, we have saved Rashford to last because we're fed up of talking about him, but he does need to leave the club. What we all establish here, he needs to go because he's been banned. He's not even in the squad. He's not even around. The manager said a statement about him the other day saying it's not good to have around right now. That's why he's not playing. Big up Zane as well in the chat, talking about Garnacho. We've done that, but big up Zane. Nice to see you, bro. So yeah, Zane saying here, Garnacho looks like he's going. Now we need to find a club stupid enough to take Haaland from us as well. Rashford is effectively a new signing. I'm happy for him to stay. That's interesting. I don't know.
Sorry, is Zane on the wind? Is Zane on the wind up?
I don't know.
He's actually got a United badge on there. I think you're on the wind up, Zane.
No, I think he's serious.
What is Zane like? Every time the players leave training and go home, and then they come in the next day for training, and you're like, oh, it's like a new sign.
Who's this guy? Who's that guy? He's got a new haircut. We don't recognise him. It's like Trump. Trump didn't get re-elected, and then turns up again. It's we accept him now.
He's dead serious.
Yeah.
Grace is not sarcasm. I think we've got 10 days, 11 days for something to happen. We will be covering it on the Man United agenda, no doubt about it. I'm sure something will come true, and I think he will get a move, even if it's the last minute of midnight on the 31st.
Dortmund are sitting down there waiting. So they'll always pounce. All he has to do is talk to Sancho. They'll look after him. They'll increase his value from whatever we're hoping that we might get from him. So it's just a saga that you just long, man. It's just long.
I genuinely think it's going to be transfer deadline day with him in an airport waiting to go, because we obviously want to get the most for Rashford. We want to get the best deal, but and this is shocking. But other clubs don't want to pay the money, so they're just going to sit on it, because we have made, in my opinion, some pretty serious mistakes by talking about Rashford in public, letting it be known that he's banned from the squad and so on. That is just driving his value down. And the other thing is that like Rashford, I think he's a bit. I think he deludes himself a little bit with his stock in football, and like he's holding out for a massive club when really he should be looking at a sort of mid-tier Champions League club at most.
Yeah, so he's got ideas above his station then.
Yeah, I think so.
I never thought I would want him just to piss off. Do you know what I mean?
That's because you're a flip-flop.
No, it's not. I'm a flip-flop. I want my
massive flip-flop.
I want the club to be. I want the club to be the best that they can be, and I thought he was the guy who would bring it, and I see that he's a selfish bitch. So no, I want him gone. Yeah, maybe I'm a flip-flop. I do. Yeah, all right. Look, I just have to accept that. Yeah, all right. I'm a flip-flop.
There's nothing wrong with being a flip-flop. You change your opinion with new evidence.
Yeah, I still feel right now. I think he's a wanker, and I want him to piss off. But then it is what it is. Bath time, I suppose. Yeah,
but the thing is because he's not producing stuff. Like I reckon the entire squad feels that way.
About him specifically?
Yeah, about him. Yeah.
Do you think it's a squad thing? Why Amarin's not letting him back? Like, as you just said now, the squad might feel like, or do you think it's a Amarin situation?
So, I don't think Amarin likes him. I saw a report saying that Amarin requested loads of data before he came on all the players, did his homework, all that kind of stuff. And he was absolutely shocked from what he saw from Rashford. Rashford's obviously done something wrong. I personally think it's the leaking. But we know that Rashford is a difficult character. Like I saw him before that Atalanta game, like making Ole Gunnar Solskjaer apologise to him for saying that he should.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we know Rashford is a sulky guy, and that's all right as long as you're sort of performing and things. But in the same way that Sancho was just livid that Antony was playing all the time, just compare that to Ahmad and Ahmad's attitude and things like that. And I think that when you're sort of looking around at people to help you out in the trenches, people you can rely on and stuff like that, I wouldn't think that anyone in the squad like now has any real faith in Rashford. Like, so, like we hear nothing about Casemiro, and he just doesn't seem he's not that bothered that he's not in the squad or whatever. Garnacho seems to have got his head down. Like Xerxes kind of turned it around a little bit, but Rashford, whatever is going on, is still going on, and he's still persona non gratis. So it's kind of ballsy from Amarin to just go in and basically pick a fight with the kind of poster boy of Manchester United. So we'll see how it plays out, because if we are in 15th, like in April, and Rashford is at Dortmund and he's got 5 goals in 3 games or something, that'll put more pressure, the same way it did on Ten Hag with what Sancho did, getting to the European Cup final, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember everyone saying we need to get Sancho back.
Yeah. Just want to say, as you know, guys, I'm still doing the TikTok lives as well while we're doing the shows, just building up the agenda and getting some funny, really good, interesting comments in TikTok as well from all the football lovers. Just has been talking to a family member of Declan Rice, a girl who's related to Declan Rice, and she was saying that he wanted to come to Man United at some point. He was interested in United, but ended up at Arsenal. But yeah, big up to all the TikTok. Make sure, guys, you share the channel as well, share the live, share, and give us some comments at the end of the show so we can respond and get more interaction with you lot.
Would it be more useful, Yabba, to get them to come here rather than you just chatting away to them like live on YouTube?
No, that's the ideal, isn't it? I've got a big kind of following on there. If they start realizing I'm doing podcasts, then they're going to jump over.
Why don't you just threaten them? Just threaten them now to come over, or
No, there's no point doing that. You have to threaten them before the show starts because it's apple crumble time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that apple crumble time?
Yeah.
Mr. B is always.
Is that what you have at 10 o'clock at night? An apple crumble?
And custard.
And custard. Bro,
I thought that this might be Cockney rhyming slang or something.
No. I am going to eat apple crumble and custard. Yeah.
That is wild. Like Wurzel Gummidge or something. 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
You're having a pudding?
Yeah. Is that weird?
It's weird for
me,
half-time.
yes.
Half-time would never do that.
Yeah, but half-time, you're a carb king, bruv. You eat too much carbs. You're dead the next day.
Yeah, you know me.
That's what I mean.
Overloading on them carbs.
I didn't
10
think
o'clock at night, an apple crumble.
I didn't think it was that weird.
I would like to have an apple crumble and custard every night a week. That would suit me. When I was a kid, that was like the thing.
Thanks, Yama.
That was true. You know, like when you're a kid, to have apple crumble and custard, they used to do it in the saucepan, didn't they? With the powder and the milk and stir it. Oh, God. And a bit of sugar.
No, Devonshire. No, it's Devonshire. It's the tinned one, bro. It's Devonshire.
Yeah, no, I know. That's today. But back in the day, it used to be in a little saucepan. And I used to love custard with.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Okay. Well, sorry. I thought everybody. 10 o'clock doesn't even too late. You eat food anytime you like. But all right, fair enough. Look, it is what it is, isn't it? I'm not playing football.
This is the plot of Gremlins, having carbs after midnight or something.
You and we deserve better. Frowning. Ooh, carbs. Look.
Man.
Yeah. See,
look, we deserve better. Works very hard not to have his shirt on in his profile picture.
Right, guys, we are going to be back tomorrow. Hopefully we've actually sold somebody or bought somebody. And it's not.
We do the preview tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Do that on Wednesday. We'll do it depending on the news.
Yeah,
I'm really surprised nothing's come out about Amrin's comments.
It's Champions League tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be Champions League Tuesday and Wednesday.
Can we go later then?
Yeah, we go later. Yeah, look, we'll work it out, guys.
Or can we just skip? Can we skip the preview and just chat about what's going on?
Yeah, we'll do. We'll make up as we go.
Look, guys, we will be here tomorrow. Hit the notification bell. As you can tell, we are so organized. We knew exactly what time we were going out, so we could tell you exactly what time we were going out. But look, just hit the notification bell. Yabba's got his hand up.
Just one more thing, just came to my mind. I wanted to talk about this. I saw it today. Who's top goal scorer in French football at the moment?
Is it Greenwood?
It must be Greenwood. Well, listen, I said it at the time. We're going to get money for him. He's gone to that league. He's going to score 30 plus goals this season, 30 plus goals next season, and then they're going to sell him for whatever they're going to sell him for, and we'll make another 25 million, 30 million on him.
So wait, what do you mean we make? Hasn't he? Didn't we sell him?
We've got a sell-on clause.
We've got a sell-on.
So wait,
we've got a big sell-on.
Have we sold it to Marseille?
Yes, he's gone to Marseille.
The other move was a loan move.
Right. Getafe was a loan. Marseille was a sale with a massive. It must be like, I'm sure it's like it's a whole leap.
We had to pay Getafe money from the transfer to Marseille.
Works out better. We'll get our money back for him, so we'll get money. So.
Never doubted his talent, though. I mean, to be doing that out there, well done to him.
I never thought he was as good as everyone said. But do you know something I found out today? Well, that I think is interesting about France. They're not allowed to have minimum release clauses. It's against French employment law.
Yeah, but
we could.
Oh,
what it means is that we could get a nice little transfer battle going if the top clubs decide that Greenwood is the one. So say Inter, AC, Bayern all get involved. There's no kind of set price for him. It can get driven right the way up, which I like. So shout out to the French. Bonjour or bonsoir. You're a master of French.
Chiku as well. Chiku's saying here, I swear I've never seen anyone consistently use both feet like Greenwood does. Truly two-footed.
Look up Santi
Very rare.
Carzola.
Who? Oh yeah,
Santi
Carzola.
Carzola.
Yeah, but it's very rare, isn't it? Johan Cruyff, Glenn Hoddle. Very rare you get these guys.
Antony.
Andrew, I've seen your message. You're a funny guy. You're so funny, man. And there's no way on God's earth I'm putting that on screen. But Andrew, you're funny, man. Oh, funny. Look, see, we deserve better. There's still hope for you, man. There's still hope for you, man. Because I know you're in the chat and I know you can see the message as well. Guys, as I said, we will be back tomorrow. Just hit the notification bell because it will be after the PSG Man City game. And if there's any news breaking during the day, we won't be here to break it. So you'll see us all after the game tomorrow. So it is a lack a notch from me.
Lack a notch from me.
And a lack a notch from me.